Alright guys, we're getting into the game any moment now, and we'll be getting you the first game of B.Fly versus Frateritas Overwatch. We'll be following quite a few games today as I have had a request for some 2-strong action down at the bottom of the bracket as they are looking to play on the side with SG1 and Anox. I believe they might be hitting one of those in the round of 16, but definitely for the quarterfinals. And then at the top side of the bracket, it's also very stacked, so it should be a pretty good bracket, guys, as far as all the games go. We're going to go ahead and actually get into the game now. And let me go ahead and update the titles for you guys. We're going to go into Nepal. And I imagine that we will be playing the actual competitive rules. As of course, ESL is going to be the ones that are hosting the Atlantic Showdown that is happening here in August, the $100,000 land at Gamescom. If you haven't heard about it, then you should definitely be checking out the ESL Gaming website and check out the Atlantic Showdown qualifiers for both EU and NA. That's going on, as well as, of course, the Go4 Cup series that's happening. So ESL doing a lot for Overwatch. Definitely huge shout out to them and props to them for, it's awesome that they're already getting into it so much. But yeah, the Atlantic Showdown is going to be coming out pretty soon. So we should be playing a best of 5 is basically what that ramble started off with, guys. We'll be going ahead straight into the introductions. We have the side of B.Fly, going to have a Lucio picked up by Reels. Happy Thermia going to be picking up a Winston. Casper going to be picking up the second Lucio, as it looks like that is going to be the case. We have Outsider picking up the, Zarya. And then, of course, we have Fisher on a Genji. No surprise there. Velen going to be picking up the Reaper. So interesting that they're running no tracers over for the side of Frateritas. We have a Lucio picked up for Selenox. Eloise going to be picking up a Tracer. Nazuz going to be picking up a Winston. Eraserhead going to be picking up the second Tracer. And we already have action out of the gate on the high ground. It looks like a pretty big clash here as King of the Hillsides goes. There's going to be a Happy Thermia getting quite a bit of damage done already. Look at that Winston going off right now. Getting lots of damage, cleaving as they all grouped up. Nazaz not being able to do quite as much as Outsider and Velen are going to help clean up the rest of the team. It looks like they're going to go ahead and force Veritas out of the way of the point. It looks like B.Fly is going to go ahead and clean this up. Of course, B.Fly looking to do well this month as they did not make it into the top 16, unfortunately. They were just short. I believe they ended up making it into the top 30 or 40 of the teams. So they're definitely looking to do well this cup, and we already have Happy Thermia going in. Want to avoid going into first-person Winston, but that's the best choice we have right now, as we're actually going to switch over to the Reaper, as it looks like, unfortunately, the Zarya ended up killing herself to her own right-click, and it looks like actually the red team, Frateritas, making a good decision, moving into the point and actually flipping it, buying some time. It'll give them a little bit of percent here, but it looks like they're going to lose the follow-up fight, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to stabilize it. Tracer going to be throwing a pulse bomb, not doing too much with it, though, unfortunately. Lucio speed boosting in, trying to get something done himself. He's on the point, but no. Unfortunately, nothing going to happen from that. Side of Frateritas not having the best chance here so far, as they're not able to really get together as a team and make a stable push after the beginning. Of course, you obviously are going to be grouped up from the beginning, but that initial clash can kind of be hectic, and it's really just a matter of who gets the first, like, literally the first shots, right? Who gets the best cleave at the beginning. Tracer going to be on the point, stalling it up, as you can see at the left side, and there's going to be a Graviton Surge hitting on 3 heroes at the side of Frateritas, and it looks like the Graviton Surge up there is going to go pretty well on B.Fly, and not too much happening so far, and it looks like Fisher going to be changing that as he busts out the Dragon Blade, got 1 kill with it. Now he's going to be out of the Dragon Blade. Oh, that was a great Death Blossom going out from Valen. Going to be hitting 3 heroes, comboed up with the Sound Barrier to go ahead and give him extra HP to guarantee that he gets it all off. And that is going to go ahead and clean up most of this push. Just a lone Tracer running away right now that Fisher's going to go ahead and take care of, and that should do it there, guys. And again, if there are any problems with the stream, do let me know from the beginning, as I do want to try to stabilize this out for you guys for the rest of the day. But yeah, to go ahead and finish the ramble, there's more stuff going on for ESL. Big one is the $100,000 land qualifiers. Those are coming up at the end of the weekend, if not tomorrow, I believe. So definitely get on that, guys. As far as we have action on the point, Happy Thermia going to be busting out that Primal Rage. She's going to be juggling up. The Zarya does end up getting her, and it looks like Valen's going to be able to clean up the, Tracer. While that was happening, Eraserhead gonna finally get a kill for them as he does take out Reels, but now the kill feed, as you guys can see, nothing but blue, as the side of B.Fly is definitely in control of this match. They've had it from the beginning, and they're doing a good job constricting it and maintaining it, and that's the key of King of the Hill. We're gonna have Casper going for a bit of an aggressive Sound Barrier, as they do want to zone it out. But yeah, guys, again, the big thing is that there is a lot of action going on. Hopefully I should be casting or helping cast the Atlantic Showdown coming up as well, and getting you guys a lot of action as far as that goes. But I will keep you guys updated on my Twitter with that definitely follow ESL Overwatch if you guys want more information on that, or just go to play eslgaming.com, or you know, follow the bracket link, go to EU for Overwatch, and it has the entire major cup list. You have the Atlantic Showdown, and then you have the Go4 Cup series for EU. But here we go, guys. We are going to be in Sanctum. Of course, Sanctum is a pretty good map in my opinion. It has a lot of difference in its setups. Of course, the two spawns are very constricted into different ramps, but then you have the pillar play and the secret room play, which are completely different in how they break down in conflict. So it's very interesting. Team's actually going to be going for a spawn swap. This is something we don't see too much at the higher level, so it's interesting to see it finally, and we are going to just have them fight it out on the pillars, and it looks like finally the side of Frateritas is doing a really good job. Going to be getting multiple kills as Eloise, Solonik are going to be picking up, as Eloise, Elzoy is going to be actually picking up a triple himself on this Reaper. Definitely should have been picking that up earlier, as not only is he a very strong hero in the meta right now, and that, you know, in that logic in and of itself, but it looks like he definitely feels very comfortable, not maybe just on this map, we'll see, but definitely feeling comfortable on it, as he got a big opening for his team. Let's see if they can capitalize on it, as the side of B.Fly is going to be pushing back in, looking for their opportunity. Barriers going down, there's going to be the Winston shot hitting up on multiple targets. Dragon Blade coming out from Fisher. We're going to see if that can get enough kills. So far, 2. Make it 3. Velen and Outsider picking up the 4th and 5th, and it looks like Fisher's going to pick up a quad with that Dragon Blade. And unfortunately, the side of Frateritas not getting that Dragon Blade under control, and that's really the key with dealing with Genji, is as soon as that Dragon Blade comes out, your team has to have that moment of clarity as a team and take care of the Genji. If it doesn't happen, then the Dragon Blade is just going to do way too much damage. Genji isn't a high damage output hero per se until he pops that Dragon Blade, and then the risk of wipe is absolutely massive. But speaking of massive wipes, we're gonna have a Graviton Surge hitting on 4 of them. Velen gonna be getting out the Death Blossom under it, and Outsider stealing 2 of his kills, but he's gonna get up a triple himself, and that's gonna be a massive team wipe. Outsider with the triple, and that's gonna be a pretty clean team fight for the side of B.Fly. And here we go, guys. We'll see what's going on here, as of course the action is gonna... Is there any way I could, but unfortunately I'd have to drop the FPS, and I think it just doesn't work that well. We are gonna have a a Death Blossom coming out, doing a fair bit of damage in this Graviton Surge. Always Elzoy gonna be picking up a kill, as well as the Lucio, and Velen gonna be getting a kill himself for the side of B.Fly. And actually, meanwhile, Nazis gets bopped off by Reals, good bop by him, and now Happy Thermia on the point with his team. There's only 3 there though. It's a pretty even clash, 2 on 3. Velen gonna help even it up though, as he's gonna be dealing up Elzoy. Can he win it? It's the question. Wraith form used, and there's going to be a tactical visor activated by the soldier. If it's pretty big, his sights are big, they might be able to actually get something done here, but it doesn't look like it, as the Winston's already on him, stalling it up, and he's actually going to get 2 kills. I spoke before the game's already before the action already unfolded, and Lucio doing everything he can. That was Casper. He does get gunned down and taken out, and it looks like Frateritas is showing themselves some kind of game as they can take it up against B.Fly. But again, guys, unfortunately, for future casts, I can try to bring up the quality, but unfortunately, it's one of those situations where I can't have a high enough bit rate because I don't have a sub or any special contracts with Twitch. And there's actually going to be a massive Death Blossom coming out from Valen, but it gets canceled out! Good play from the side of Frateritas, doing a good job dealing with that. Elzoy going to be doing his own action, as it looks like a Graviton Surge coming out from them, doing a fair bit. We're on the soldier, and he's doing a lot, but Fisher busts out the Dragon Blade. Can he continue to get a lot done with this? And this Graviton Surge coming out from Outsider might just be the nail in the coffin for this point so far, as it looks like the side of Frateritas can't quite stabilize off the back of it. Outsider, Valen, and Fisher on the kill feed, doing everything they need to.
My ultimate is ready.
But yeah, guys, unfortunately I'm stuck at 720p 45 frames with the bitrate and computer I use. I could go 1080p 30, but it doesn't look as good from what I've heard. Real's going to be looking for a hook, doing a lot of damage. Elzoy going to be actually getting a pretty good hook. Oh no, that Death Blossom! A quad kill from him! This is exactly what they needed to maybe get a point off of B.Fly. Valen going to be answering a kill himself, doing everything he can for their side, but it doesn't look like it's quite enough. Happy Thermia answering a kill as well. They're the ones last alive. Here they are, getting corralled down and cleaned up, and it looks like they might have actually stabilized and give themselves an opportunity to maybe cap this point and take it to 1-1. We'll see, though, as they are going to be trying to camp up the spawn. Left side is where they're going to be setting up. Of course, we'll always try to orientate from the spawn point, guys, or from the checkpoint. It's the best way that we can do it. But pillar side control, we are going to have a sound barrier. Oh, Graviton Surge. Going to stall him up. It's going to basically prevent any effectiveness from that sound barrier. Kind of a... I'm not sure who to give the benefit there, but there's going to be a resurrection coming out from the side of Frateritas as they went ahead and switched over to that. But B.Fly cleaning house at the end here when the moment matters, when it matters the most, is of course Vel and Fisher are going to be the ones getting on the kill feed there, guys. Doing a lot of damage and cleaning up that point. And it looks like there's going to be no one from the side of Frateritas able to get to the point in time. And that is going to be a quick 2-0, but they definitely showed some life. And wow. That was a pretty good match, guys, of course. We'll see what happens here. As they may be able to take a match. B.Fly, definitely one of the better teams. Their points in the standings may not show it, of course. But at the same time, they're looking to come out and prove themselves. And show that they can be in the top 12 for the July Cup, of course. The June Cup is already decided. If you guys want to check that out, you can type in ! standings to get the June Cup standings as well as a cup list for the rest of the cups. To my understanding, all of the cups for the rest of this month should be for July. This one specifically is the one that would be in question. But the monthly finals will keep you guys updated for when that's happening for June. Of course, it's 1,500 EU for the monthly finals. 150 EU the teams are playing for today. So let's see here. It looks like the side of Frateritas is going to be going for high ground control, left side control. Going to be getting onto that ledge. See if they can rain some spam from the beginning with a slightly better angle to get that early ult charge. But we'll see if that actually happens, whether or not that does. It looks like it's going pretty even so far. If we look at the percentages, Outsider's actually doing a better job. And here we go. There's the hard engage. Winston bubbles are out. Action has begun. And we're going to have Winston's cleaving away. Happy Thermia getting a pretty good cleave himself. And it looks like Valen. Yeah, he's going to get the first kill. Outsider going to be continuing in. Getting a double kill himself. And you can see the Zarya lob doing a lot. He switched over to the beam. Going to help focus down Lucio. And it looks like Fisher's going to clean up. And that's going to be a team kill as the side of B.Fly looks to win that fight. And, it, you know, honestly, with the team I've been working with, there's been a lot of discussion, and honestly, I don't know, as far as, like, you never really see the top teams go for that top control too much. It was something that was attempted a lot in the early beta, but it hasn't been really attempted as much at the top level. Really, main pushes have been what's going on, and there we go. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Main push coming through. Zarya at 70 charge. This is not good for the side. Frateritas is going to be doing a lot of damage. There's a pulse bomb coming out from Fisher, going to be sticking on to the other Zarya, doing a lot of damage, and now looks like most of the team's going to get cleaned up. Pulse bomb actually did stick in Eraserhead. Eraserhead, you're the man your team needs right now. Going to be getting a lot of damage out for them. Double kill with that pulse bomb. Now needs to continue the action, getting chased up by Fisher. Looks like to try to continue on to the Winston, but Happy Thermia going to help clean him up, and Happy Thermia is one of those good answers to Tracers. He can just continue to shock the Tracer until she's dead. And here we go. Looks like we're going to have a fair bit of action again on the point as Valen, Wayne is going to get chased down by Happy Thermia, gets cleaned up by Valen. Or sorry, that was the Winston get cleans up. Graviton Surge coming out, hitting on multiple heroes. There's actually a Death Blossom on top of that. Valen going to get a quad kill as he's just cleaning them up, and that's that combo that you want to see every single time. Graviton Surge into Death Blossom. If you can avoid using the Death Blossom, sure. But you know what? It looks good. It feels good. And that's just the truth at the end of the day. Sometimes, guys, these games are just, at the end of the day, that they're competitive activities, and feeling good is playing good. If you're feeling good, you're doing well, and that was a very good instance of them working well together. And the side of the offense, side of Frateritas, going to be moving in here to try to take it out. We do have a Graviton Surge from them, hitting on quite a bit, but definitely a good timing from that second sound barrier coming up from the side of B.Fly, but Elzoe going to be getting a Death Blossom, doing a fair bit of damage. Resurrection going to reset the fight for them, bringing up most of their heroes. And the side of Outsider going to be getting a double kill, Velen as well. And now, it doesn't look like the red team is going to be able to stabilize really, as they've lost too many heroes. We're going to stick on their Lucio as he's really the last one on the point with the Winston. As I speak, though, gets a kill. Now getting pretty low, though, getting cleaned up by Casper. And it just looks like they're going to be cleaned up here at the end of the day. They're going to probably be switching to a fair bit of Tracers, trying to stall it out, as that would be the best call. It's a long shot, but it's what you need to do when you're in that moment and you're trying to win out the game. But it looks like B.Fly is going to take it in a 3-0, guys. And they'll be going ahead and moving on in the bracket. Frateritas, though, definitely not looking nearly as bad as I would have expected from a team I've never heard of. B.Fly definitely a stronger team. Again, I think they should be rated in the top 32 of EU right now for sure. But outside of that, I hadn't heard of this team before, and they definitely showed up here on the second point in the Sanctum point. They did a really good job. They actually ended up getting it to 99% of their own side. So definitely a really strong showing, and hope to see more of them in future tournaments. As again, one tournament against a better team is not something that you can ever expect to have the best performance on, or has your breakout tournament. And but that being said, guys, we will be moving on to the rest of the bracket. I have had a request for some 2-strong games. We'll definitely be getting them, and of course, I want to cover some Overwatch Kings. But at the end of the day, guys, it's going to be a bunch of action-packed matches for the rest of the day, as we do have pretty much the rest of the matches are going to be some of the top teams, as pretty much all of the top 16 from the June Cup has signed up for this cup. But again, guys, thank you so much. My name is RaptorZ. I am bringing you guys the casting. I want to thank ESL so much for letting me cast these games. You can follow them at ESL Overwatch on Twitter, and you can also check out !bracket or !standings for links to the website for more information about the cup and more information about future cups, as well as check out the Atlantic Showdown that's going to be coming up. That's the $100,000 land that's going to be going on in Gamescom, and the qualifiers are going to be hosted by ESL as well as the entire tournament. But again, guys, thank you so much. My name is RaptorZ. You can follow me at RaptorZ.OW, and you can also check out extra content of mine. I do Strat Watch. It's an analysis series. You can YouTube or Google search it, or you can just click down below, whatever you want to do. Whatever easier for you. And again, if you guys have feedback for me, do let me know. I am trying to improve my casting. Feedback that has substance, that would be useful, is always preferred. But at the end of the day, any feedback is what I'll take, guys, because I need to improve at casting, because it's what I want to do. So again, thank you so much, guys, for your patience and or your viewership, and we'll be getting you guys the next game as soon as possible. It should be the round of 64, and we'll see what exciting matches there are and what matches we can cover. But again, guys, thank you so much. My name is RaptorZ, and we'll be covering more action soon.